What is happening, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here. Today, we're going to talk about minor chords, how you can maybe explore different ways to play them, do it in a musical exercise that's really going to get you comfortable and familiar with the fretboard, and really just kind of putting all the pieces together of stuff that maybe you've already started talking about, some stuff we've already done in different videos in the past, and really, like I said, putting it all together. So make sure you click the link below, because we're going to tab out absolutely everything we're doing here. We're going to do 3 minor chords, and then find out some of the notes in a different place with the fretboard to kind of play them in a different way, but still combine them in a musical exercise, all right? This is gonna be in the key of E minor, same thing as the key of G major. There's 3 minor chords that you probably have come across in your travels, in your journeys. E minor, A minor, and everybody's favorite, B minor. So aside from just playing these as chords, we're gonna play them as single note runs right after we're gonna do it. And kind of like you already heard, the main exercise is gonna sound like this. So it's kind of a musical way to maybe just see things in a different way. So the first chord we're gonna do is E minor, open E, 2 A, middle finger, 2 D, ring finger. You can really use any kind of voicing, any way you get those notes down, and then open all the way down. Now, like we've talked about in a lot of other videos, if you've seen them, if this is your first time watching a Sean Daniel Guitar Control video, welcome to the party. But we've talked about this a lot before, where there's 3 notes in this chord. It's called a triad. All right, those notes being E, G, and B. It doesn't matter how many of those notes we have, how often they occur, that's an E minor, just 3 different notes. E, 2A is a B, 2D is another E, open G is a G, open B is a B, and open E is another E. Right? So, these notes actually occur all over the fretboard. That's why there's, tons of different voicings that you can use that we've talked about before. But specifically, I want to find the root note in a different location of the neck, and that's going to be the 7th fret on the A string, all right? Now it's really valuable to know how to count through the musical alphabet to find the names of the strings. Again, the A string is open, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, B, D sharp, E. That's one way to do it. But the main thing here is to find a root note and then find the next note in that chord that we're kind of representing. And E minor is the chord, E note is our root note, and they're gonna find its minor third, as it's called. Remember, I said just E, G, and B make a minor chord. So to find that G note, it's always gonna be down a string back 2 frets when we're rooting it on the A string, right? So we can slide into it here, and then grab the minor third with your pointer finger, 5th fret, D string. Now we're gonna kind of use your knowledge of this open chord voicing and then this little kind of 2-note move afterwards to combine them into maybe a musical phrase. Now that's how we're gonna play it, all right? We're gonna hit the chord first, and we're gonna do it in a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so the way I did that is I hit the open E string as a root note first, the A string, 2A, second, and then I strum the chord on the 3rd beat. After that, the next 3 count is gonna be sliding into the E on the A string, grabbing its minor third, and then opening up the D string, okay? Now, this D note is not in the chord E minor, but it is in the key of E minor, which is a distinction that I want to make. In fact, you could add that note to the chord just by opening it up, and then it makes a different kind of E minor. E minor 7 would be the name of it. So we're incorporating a little bit of what we know in the scale into this musical exercise. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now it kind of seems unsettling to leave that open D ringing out. We gotta go somewhere else, right? Where we're going is the next chord in the progression, B minor. Again, there's only 3 minor chords traditionally in any key. So we're gonna move on from this chord to this chord in our progression, all right? So the B minor is played 2nd fret on the A string pointer finger, 4th fret on the D string ring finger, 4th fret on the G string pinky, middle finger on the 3rd fret B string. Now you can stop right there to make it easier on yourself, not have to bar anything, to not make it a bar chord, but a true boss would get that 2nd fret on the high E string. Okay? Now, it is also valuable to know where we can root this on a different string, right? So 2 on the A string is a B, which also happens to be 7 on the E string. If you want to find the same root note from the A string to the E string, if you're on the A string, add 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. Same thing, okay? Now we're gonna do the same move that we did with the E, but now we're gonna do it with the B. Okay, we can slide into the 7th fret on the E string. That's a B. We're gonna grab its minor third, which is a D. Don't even have to know that because this little shape, slide in and then back, is always gonna give us the minor third if we're rooting on the E, A, or D strings, right? So there's B, its minor third, and now we're gonna do the same thing we did with E. We're just gonna open it up. So we're gonna hit an open A string. We're gonna finish it, okay? So all together, when you combine both of them, it's gonna be E, B, chord, slide to the E minor, 2A, 4D, D minor chord, slide to the B on the E string, open. Again. Now it doesn't seem settled yet because we've got another chord in this progression. A minor, the next chord, the third chord in the third minor chord in the key of E minor, the key of G major. Again, same difference, just a different way of looking at the same notes. Open A, 2 D with your middle finger, 2 G with your ring finger, 1 B with your pointer finger, and open E. Okay? Just like the other ones, we're gonna strike the A string, D, then the chord, and then now we're gonna find the A on the low E string. Remember what we did before, we just added 5. So if open is our root note, add 5 to open, we get 5. So open A is the same note as 5E. So after we do the chord, we're gonna slide into the 5th fret on the E string, that A. Its minor third happens to be the 3rd fret on the A string. Like I said, just down a string, 2 frets back, gives us a C, the A, the minor third of A, representative of an A minor chord. And then we can open that note up, open that string up into open A, and then end up back on E minor. So, in totality, the whole exercise sounds like this. E, 2A, chord, 7A, 5D, open D, B minor, 7E, 5A, open A minor, its root, minor third, E. The cool thing is you can repeat the whole thing there. I just kind of resolved the whole progression just by ending where we started. So resolution is open, 2A, chord, and then one kind of finishing exclamation point chord at the very end, okay? So I'll do the whole thing again a couple times. I'll go 2 times through the entire progression, and then I'll end it, I'll resolve it on the very last, E minor. So, E minor, B minor, A minor, again, A minor, E minor chord, resolve. Okay, you can kind of take the bones and the structure of this and really kind of maybe play it a little fancier if you want to add more strumming into it. Maybe switch the chords instead of going from E minor to B minor, you go to E minor to A, just back to E, B. We can leave the single notes out. There's a lot of different things you can do. We're just kind of getting in the groove to make a musical exercise. Any order is gonna work. B. Just repeat those last 2. And it's always gonna sound, you know, good-ish, again, depending on how you choose to play it, whatever progression you do. I just think it's a really great way in connecting an open chord into different notes on the fretboard. And then really, no matter what you're doing, you'll kind of start to see the patterns of it. Like, okay, there's that open E. I'm really familiar with this E minor chord, but once I get down to the 7th fret on the A string, I'm kind of making this a touchstone in my mind that this is also an E minor chord representative that goes really well with A minor. And maybe I can start connecting these two pieces together, and then I can, now I'm making a lick from the A minor to the E minor. Again, it's all about just perspective when you kind of try to find out ways to memorize the fretboard and really unlock just your own perspective and kind of, you know, the voicings you use, how you see single notes connected to chords, all that stuff kind of develops into your voice as a guitar player. So that's why I think it's an important thing to kind of explore. Just to try different exercises from different instructors. We got a lot of different ones on the Guitar Control channel. That's the cool thing about this channel is there's all sorts of instructors that will take different approaches to kind of the same, you know, general information. And really just find stuff that you like. If you really hate the sound of this, then don't even worry about finding chord tones in your playing. But this is something that I always thought really helped me, kind of being able to see these little 2-note things, and really just kind of like glue these chords together and then turn your own musical exercises into more of a song-based playing approach. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section. And like I said, make sure to check out other videos on the Guitar Control channel. They're all around here. I'm in a lot of them, other great instructors in a lot of them, and as always, really hit us up with your feedback because this is such a interactive and beautiful community. Let us know what you want to see more of, and we'll get back to you guys as soon as we can. Thanks a lot.